today's episode is keeping an eye on health and wellness with our special guest, Coco.
Hey, y'all.
Yes.
Hey.
And my name is also Inames. We're here at the CommuniTEA studio for today. We're just going to cover off some basic topics, also some very interesting updates that has going on, as far as fashion tips, as far as health tips. And then for me, we're going to be talking about just some healthcare tips, stuff that we could do for fun to keep up with our life, really in general.
Yeah.
So a little background, so you guys know, Coco is also like my god sis, dear to me. But our relationship really blossomed when we did our trip to LA. Oh my God, that was a long trip.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. We took a trip to LA for LA Fashion Week, and it was fun. It was dramatic and chaotic, and we drove 30 hours there and back.
Yes.
With my mom and another friend of ours, Bobby. Shout out to Bobby.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a really awesome experience. Got to, be in a fashion show as a designer with my friends, supporting me with my mom. That was awesome. And my dad
Flowers,
too. Yeah. It was beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. But that was a long trip.
I swear.
That was a long trip.
But we learned so much. First is like just musical taste, like during that time too, we was on our Lady Week, like on and off throughout those weeks. So when I tell you it definitely like hit home, it hit home.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of emotions. It was a lot of driving fast.
Okay. I'm guilty, y'all. I'm guilty. I was a fast driver.
A lot of driving fast. Okay. Let's put that out there. But no, for real, it was dope, and I'm glad that you were able to come with me too. Like I fundraised, I put money together that I worked for, and then everybody contributed what they could, and we put a really awesome trip together. Really, yeah.
Definitely blossomed. Ever since then, been stuck like glue, really.
Yeah.
But the reason why I brought that up, as far as like you guys know the history, she's also an international fashion designer and model.
I don't know about international fashion designer, but
not yet.
Just
but in the U.S.
almost, yes. Yes. National, yes, for sure. I've definitely been all over the place, for sure. But yes, I model and design. I have been doing both for over 15 years now. And in Milwaukee, Chicago, LA, just did New York this past year. And yeah, I'm hoping to do more. I'm super excited about it as well. As often as I can, I try to bring Simone with me.
Yeah. Our schedules finally collide.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Be busy.
And it really, I really love bringing Simone with me because she bring her own flavor. She always just she be obnoxious. She's obnoxious, but she also brings the liveliness and keeps it going when we need it.
I bring the love.
And just the tenderness, and then also making sure that we get into our destination when we need to get to our destination.
Capricorn in me,
Yes. Yes. For sure. And we always gonna find a good place to eat.
I am a foodie too.
Okay.
Noted.
Okay.
But nonetheless, the reason why I brought that up is really awesome. Just knowing how many things overlay with our lives, profession, and also relationships that we have, whether that's in the community, whether that's our chosen tribe, far as family, whether that's our individuality with projects that we're doing. And that's why I wanted to bring you as a guest too, because I know you've done a lot of work. I want to highlight HIV prevention. Like if y'all see my shirt today, I'm on that. If y'all trying to connect on that, let me know. I got some events coming up too. But nonetheless, Ania Coco, she models for everything, and it's not just our show too. Like she was also featured in a HIV prevention and model show as well. I'll let her speak more about that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm glad you did bring that up because as we're talking about our health, like as we'll get into our conversations about our health, yeah, that was a highlight of my modeling career for me as well because okay, first of all, it's not easy to maintain relationships nowadays, like at all. And so being able to be a part of a show that was hosted by the LGBTQ community within Milwaukee.
They started all the fashion period.
And it also not only represented like our unity in that moment, it also showed us like who can really like how we can show up for each other. It was really dope, like seeing us all dripped in red, like it was beautiful. And yeah, I got a chance to also show off my skills as well. I had made an outfit. I had a mentee that I was working with as well, and they came with me and made their own outfit too, with my, tutoring a bit, like do a little tutoring here and there. But overall, like we show up and we show out, and the pictures were dynamic, like absolutely.
We're gonna highlight that for y'all to see.
Absolutely dynamic. I was completely I was completely just like enthralled with the whole experience. And then the food was good too. On top of that, like we had a full catered dinner and with dessert and everything. And baby, they threw down. Shout out to Diverse and Resilient and LGBT Community Center, the Milwaukee LGBT Community Center for putting a great event together. Which is held every year, December, usually the first December, the first week of December. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I just want you to, correction. I just want you to speak on that part one more time so everybody in the audience could hear.
Yeah. So, it was a event where basically we all got invited as models and community members who were into fashion, did fashion styling of some kind. And so each of us were just tasked with wearing red. And so when we got to the event and stuff, I was there with a friend who was kind of a mentee in a way when it came to designing. And I helped them make their outfit. And, they watched as I made my own outfit. And, we use recycled materials because that's what I love to do as a designer, upcycle, recycle materials. And so, yeah, we got a chance to rock the runway. The space was beautiful because it was primarily Black, primarily LGBTQ brands, at the Zao Milwaukee Church, which is a LGBTQ friendly church, which is on campus at UWM. It was a beautiful event. Shout out to LGBTQ Community Center and Diverse and Resilient because they put together a really phenomenal event, and all the other programs that were involved in that. Raising awareness for HIV prevention, and just getting into what it means to be, proactive about your health. It's scary, it's hard, it's uncomfortable, it's difficult to have those types of conversations, but it's necessary, especially because it's prevalent. Like it's not like it's something that's gonna go away on its own. Like it's literally we have to be vigilant and aware and able to have those tough conversations. And in that actual fashion show, like we did have a panel of folks who were HIV positive, and they talked about their experiences, dating, navigating life just overall. And it was honestly, it was beautiful. And destigmatizing for sure. Mm-hmm.
I heard love. And again, we will be highlighting a few pictures. So if y'all miss here to come, we will be connected with our podcast.
Yes.
But on that note, definitely like we need to have more community that's like love and less like fundy. Because I know a lot of times like the thing that comes like, yeah, it's resources, but a lot of people don't even know about or know where to go or who to talk to. I do want to highlight that as well. They're gonna be sending it out through CommuniTEA, that is community, but instead of ITY, that would be A. That's the shirt that I wear today. I'm in fellowship with them as well. But we're trying to grow that community as well, whether that's as an ally, as myself, or whether that's if you guys feel like y'all want to say space to talk about it, to have sisterhood. Again, we are queer friendly as well. The initiative is also out there. DM me if y'all want more info on that too. But yeah, we're trying to make more content friendly, like for our own self-help as well. Nonetheless, like, yeah, we need it. And this is national. So it's not even Milwaukee. Like, I know a lot of times we'll have that stigma, like Milwaukee or Atlanta or certain hot spots. Well, but I feel like this is all everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that people want to throw under the rug. But I feel like that should be part of like the health topic, especially with like ourselves.
Yeah. I want to highlight as well that something that I've noticed lately is like just in my observations of, you know, just being me, navigating the world as I do. And something I'm really noticing is that like while a lot of us are getting sexual, like getting more sexually active, a lot of folks aren't. And the opposites are just getting so polarized. Like it's just getting so farther and farther, like farther away from each other, like spectrum. Like, and it's interesting because to me, like while I'm watching this, like I'm realizing like when it comes to our health, then like when we're thinking about our health as a community, like we really have to reframe the way we talk about each other. We have to reframe the way we think about each other because it's just interesting to me that like, you know, we can be in these over sexualized spaces, these hypersexualized spaces, pretty easily, especially through the web. And then like, you know, we can get out in the real world and realize like how much that's shunned and like, you know, not looked at as like something that, you know, you could be open about. And then like people go back into their caves and they, you know, just get back on the internet and, you know, just become a little troll on the internet. But it's like that cycle, we have to break it. We have to break it because if we don't, we won't be able to, you know, talk with each other and like stay healthy with each other and like be honest with each other. Like that's always the thing though, like being brutally honest, like, and just saying what it is and saying what's on the table, like, and being, like one thing that it's interesting to me is like, I'm a really open person about my sexuality and stuff. Like it's one of the reasons why Simone knows me is because I used to be a sex ed teacher for Planned Parenthood in the embodied education department. And through Public Allies Milwaukee, shout out Public Allies. And when we would have our sessions, like them kids used to ask me all the things. And like, I wasn't in a space to be like inappropriate. I wasn't in that type of mindset or nothing like that. I answered within, their health. Yeah, like within their health and within their age range. But it was interesting to me that they were already asking these questions and that they were already exploring for real. Like I was so thrown in so many ways sometimes. And then like other times, like eventually I just got used to like, what they were asking, the questions that they were asking me. So when it came down to like, okay, having those serious conversations about condoms and birth control and stuff like that, like,
for the right lubricant,
if you're gonna give it to me just as hard, then I'm gonna give it to you just as hard. And so like just as aggressive and attentive and consistent they were with, talking to me about all of these different things and different positions and different and whatever. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna also talk to you about condoms and birth control
and prep.
Yeah, and prep and like making sure that you're looking at your partner and you're communicating with your partner and healthy conversations, and consent on top of that. It was some awesome days, but we had a lot of conversations about, like being true to yourself, being open with yourself. Like the more that you hide yourself, the harder it is to be upfront with other people about what's going on with you, which makes it harder to keep a relationship with that person or other people. And so, yeah. Watch Simone turn from like this really like really, really timid and chill, I guess, person, like really introverted to like way more extroverted, way more.
It's okay.
Way more honest, way more open, way more like determined for sure. Definitely more driven as well. Like,
I feel like, okay, backstory. Okay, so like I'm an extrovert introvert. Mm-hmm. So that is very much true and still holds. I'm still like that if I don't know you for real. I definitely just like talk to people, but I don't get close to people. But like once I know people and like be comfortable, they see all of that in my energy.
But the difference is significant, No, like it definitely took your time to like grow.
Oh yeah.
And you wasn't stuck on that little dude that was in the class. Like, ooh, I was scared for a second. I was scared. I was scared. I was like, please don't get stuck.
Many times I didn't talk to sis about many times.
Please don't get stuck on this one now. Like, but no, we definitely had our good, amazing times, and obviously our trips together as well. Like for sure.
Yeah, fact. Sisterhood definitely is there, and that's one thing I really appreciate about Nia. Like. With Nia, like I can talk about any conversation. Like literally, it's hardly. But we have grown to that relationship. Don't just come out the woodworks asking wild stuff.
Yeah,
to neither one of us. Cause we're gonna look at you crazy like,
what?
Where this come from? You know what I'm saying? But honestly, if like you ask me on in the DM, or like if you want to reach out, set up a confidential session, that's cool too. But it will be under the means of my work within that. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So I do want to highlight boundaries. Again, back to like that health piece and just being communicative. I do want to highlight like that is a real thing. So speaking of, you know what I'm saying? Like I asked this the other day, I was like, hey man, when the last time you hit that, you know what I'm saying, Live Well app, you know what I'm saying? We just had this conversation yesterday and she asked me the same, she said, but just having that community and that bond, like we have comfortability and vulnerability with each other. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't have that go-to person, but just make sure you have that in your community, whether that's sharing a post. Like me, with community, we share posts. This is Condom Week. This is HIV Prevention Week. This is Black Queer Proud Week. You know what I'm saying? just having that, even if it's a post, you can share it to your story on social media, as that reminder for our community to stay tested, you know what I'm saying? And I know that brings me to my next topic. Like, a lot of young folks don't have insurance. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they might know, you know what I'm saying, but they might not have the means to be able to, because out of pocket, I ain't gonna lie, last year I didn't have insurance out of pocket. It was like $800. Get fully blood tested for everything. So I do understand that concern. And that's one thing I want to highlight too. Like, we're trying to get more programs out to the community. We are accepting donations for like HIV testing kits and condoms as well, Plan Bs as well. So if you in the network, I've been networking with like Planned Parenthood again, is one great resource. And this is for people that aren't in our programs as well. Like, if y'all need it, you know what I'm saying? If y'all don't have insurance, sign up with Planned Parenthood. They'll have you a temporary insurance for like one-time visit once a month, once a year, once annually. You could go and get it for free through those programs. Or if you don't feel comfortable getting tested like at a hospital or a facility, you can also check out Mister. A lot of folks overlook that they are queer friendly as well. So if that's not your cup of tea, don't look at the ass, but you can still get a kit. You can say, I'm keeping it real with y'all. Don't be mad at me in my DM talking about why you seeing what you see, okay? That ain't your cup of tea. Just stay on the site. Don't watch the video. But I want to highlight that because like they actually will mail out a kit to you. And it's not that bad. It's like maybe 200 without insurance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there's always resources within everybody's community individually that you can find and access through like going to your community centers, finding community leaders and what apps or what groups they're in. If you are really into social media or not, like Craigslist, like Backpage app, websites where you have a community forum, you can always find resources as well. Facebook groups, Meetup app. There's also like different communities that meet up there. You can also find resources within people too, connecting. And then of course, like if you're in Milwaukee, another resource is I think it's best with a D at the end, like best with D at the end. But they do STD testing as well, and I don't think that they charge. I think they just actually did a testing day, a rapid testing day for folks in the community. It was free, and they were like giving out food and gift cards and all that stuff like that. But donating to places like that is also beneficial too, because then they can continue their outreach.
Yeah. Because we need to get in the community. And again, like sometimes we might not have like people to have these conversations directly, like in our family or friendships, but it is the community here as well, outside of that local community orgs that's doing this work as well. But not even just at work, but having a community to turn to figure out these resources or to ask these questions for. And that's also something I want to highlight as well. Like just having those conversations with your partner. Sometimes, you might not know where y'all stand at. Let's be for real. Some people don't be knowing. Your partner might have more than one partner, you know what I'm saying? So just being realistic, or if you don't use condoms, you know what I'm saying? There is always PrEP as well. And PrEP is basically like medications that will like help you stay negative as well. I want to highlight that because a lot of people don't even know about PrEP as well. And that is also an option. Because I personally, like, I know people that take it, because they might be in the industry. Like one of my dearest friends, he's a porn star. So like he takes it. Plus, he used condoms as well, but always knowing that's an option as well.
Yeah, there's a couple of like viral or blood diseases or whatever from STDs that do have preventative medication. Yeah. And I feel like, getting tested regularly, talking to your partner is really important. It's also important to like be honest with yourself, be in tune with yourself, knowing what feels right and what doesn't feel right. Like if something feels like, okay, that kind of changed the way I smell or changed the way like my body is feeling.
Check
like
pH.
I always feel like I know something is wrong when my stomach starts to hurt. Like, and I can tell which area it is. Like if it's on the top, maybe I'm hungry. Like, okay, maybe I'm hungry. But like on the bottom, like, okay, I know it's something going on with my vagina. Like,
and that could
very
be
serious.
thrown off easily by like soap. This doesn't mean it's just when you're sexually active too. I want to highlight that. Like some people don't know you can get beat or, just by using a scented soap as well or changing medication. It could be
we're in Wisconsin, so we have to watch out for our dairy intake because actually having too much lactose in our diet can also give us yeast infections and bacterial infection.
Yep.
A lot of folks don't know that.
Sugars.
Yeah, high sugars as well. Yeah, that changes your pH and that changes your body. Yeah, and then one of the other things too that also should be said is that your food can also like aside from just like sugary like candy and stuff like that, like you also have to watch out for like fruits, how many fruits you're eating, or if you are eating fruits. And then, vegetables as well. Like, are you eating vegetables? How many vegetables you're eating within your diet too? Because that can change your pH. It changes how you smell as well. And it's always a clear indicator of whether or not you need to go get checked out or not.
Yeah, I know somebody that be eating cans of pineapple.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Pineapples is an old trick. That's an old trick. Pineapples, eating pineapples, it make you taste better, okay? And make your discharge taste better and easier. But don't just be eating pineapples like crazy because then you can get acidic issues because you're eating pineapples all the dang on time. You're gonna burn your tongue off. Like you gotta calm down with that one, right? Balance, literally. Yes. But yes, if you really want to make sure that you keep it together down there, like pineapples are always a great thing, and I've heard it's good for men and women and everyone in between. You know what I'm saying? I'm screaming.
Yeah, don't pay me no mind. But, I'm just throwing gems. Some people might need to know some gems if they don't have an old granny or a big auntie. You know what I'm saying?
That part. Yes. What else is there? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Rock, paper, scissors? I'm kidding. Go ahead,
girl. I cannot stand you.
Okay. No. I just also want to highlight like some tips as well Ania wants to share with us today, and I want to make sure we have time to go over that.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, obviously. And then that was literally what I was going to just jump in.
Period. We was here.
We was here. Okay. So, I mean, off the grip. So, I have 4 things on top of my head that I feel like overall we should be mindful of in our day-to-day routine. First one is like how we wake up. If you wake up and you feel groggy and you're tired and, sleepy and stuff like that, like, reflect on that and
might need some vitamin D too. Just saying.
Yeah. Honestly, think about like, okay, what can make you feel better for tomorrow or the next time you wake up? Because maybe you take a nap and like you might feel the same way later on in the day or something like that. But yeah, be mindful of how you wake up and how you go to sleep too. I really have to stop watching Dexter before I go to sleep. Okay. Like I have definitely done my best to make sure I do not leave it on, But
It's bomb.
a lot of times, yeah, get right. Like a lot of times I do just be leaving it. I fall asleep when it's on. So I've been doing my best not to fall asleep with Dexter off because tendencies. No, I'm just kidding. No, nothing
Now
crazy.
I gotta rewind.
Nothing crazy. But no, just weird dreams,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
so yeah.
Before bed.
Yeah. Two, you may not always need to have, 3 meals a day, but you need to have, food that brings you sustenance. I do a lot of snacking, but I also make sure that like when I do have like a real big hearty meal, like I probably eat like 2 big hearty meals a day, I make sure that it has everything I need and it makes me feel full. So whatever that is to you, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, try this recipe or try this.
Hey, I'm a smoothie person, a juicer. I don't like veggies,
same.
But
yeah,
blend it on somebody's.
I'll blend that thing so fast. But yeah, I try all types of things. I do soups, I do the smoothies, and we do pastas, all type of stuff. But yeah, whatever gives you a hearty feeling, give it a full feeling, like eat that every day. Eat it.
Okay.
Eat it, right. But make sure it's more healthier and like be mindful of what it is that you're eating, like for real, because as you can see, like nowadays where all our food is like questionable in some way, and then like on top of that is also pricier. So like make your connections with your farmers, like your local farmers at your farmers markets, whichever ones be down the street, the neighborhood farmers markets, the community farmers markets, the city's farmers markets, whatever that is in your area, go there, talk with the people that are there and connect with them, because you don't know if you could get like some type of food resource from them. Because one thing about it, our farm, a lot of people don't know how to garden or farm or any of those other things. And they'll be like, oh, that's so awesome. Da. And I'll be like, yeah, it's great, but it's also hard work. And it's not, everybody not cut out for sure. It's definitely, you got to have a green thumb, or you got to be persistent with learning how to get a green thumb. But work on your connections with the freshest food sources. And then what was that, 2? Yeah. So 3 is just, being in community with people. We've touched a lot on our relationship in this podcast, and as you can see, we're really close in a lot of ways. And so, yeah, find community, pray for it.
And it could be chosen too.
Yeah, manifest it. Think about it constantly, finding your people, finding your persons that you can confide in. You might not be able to have one person that you can confide everything in, but there are people out there that can, that fill that gap with you, and may already be in your life. So nurture those relationships too. Also, side note. Yeah, and then 4.
Well, that was 8.
4.
I put up 2 4s that made 8.
So 4 really just boils down to being aware. We have a lot of things going on in our city, in our world overall. So stay fit, stay ready, stay mindful, stay alert.
Physical activity.
Stay
twice.
Stay educated. Read books. Collect knowledge. Something I kept seeing on a bunch of like astrologist pages where it's talking about how like this is the age of information, and a lot of folks are talking about like we really need to start capturing all of this data, because eventually it's going to become a gold mine, like having all of these resources that people may not have access to in the long run. I mean, we see that disconnecting TikTok was so easy, just a flip of a button. And what was to say that we wouldn't have access to other, means of our social connections, you know? And so, yeah, be alert, be aware, be mindful, have other platforms, have other ways of connecting with people, especially your larger community. Let people know you alive consistently.
Yeah. Check in with your folks.
Check in with your people. Let them know you alive. I'm terrible at it. I'm definitely a hermit crab. Okay. I'm a hermit crab. I'll be in my bed.
Hey, that's self-care though.
Just nuzzle up, trying to stay warm. And everybody be looking for me, and I'll be in a corner somewhere under my bed or something like. But no, like checking in and making sure people know. But yeah, like those are my 4 tips. I definitely hope that you all really take it to heart. Yes, take it to heart. And you see how we was in tune right there? Like, we bad. We so bad. Like, we so bad it's good.
Inside and outside.
Okay, like, see. Okay? Sit that tea. Okay?
Okay. Facts though.
Serious.
I do just want to highlight, like, speaking on what she said, like, being in tune with your health. Like, in our community, in the Black community too, like female community as well, we have the highest risk, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We have the highest rates of getting diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
We have the highest rates for blood pressure. So definitely take the time to do some self-care. Take that time to make a call for your doctor. Take the time to get some extra hour of sleep. Take the time to eat nutritiously. Even if you can do it once a day, even if you have to meal prep, take the time for yourself to tap in, to talk to your partner, to talk to your friend or your sister. And on that note, I'm going to close out, and I want to say thank you again for our special guest, Coco.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And if you guys want to support, we're going to drop the link to her biz under her picture as well. And if you want to connect with me on the prevention note about doing a pop-up table for STI events, passing out condoms, DM me as well. Other than that, this was brought to you by Drop the Mic Media, MKE. We'll see you on the next podcast. Drop a like and subscribe.
See ya.
Bye.